Hey everybody, I am really just so privileged to be here, to be able to be honored for the award named after Sarah Pettit. Obviously, I'm in a little bit of a strange position because I'm getting the award named after Sarah for LGBT media 2.5 weeks after I left LGBT media and joined BuzzFeed. And so I'm in this strange position, but it's also very appropriate because it was a dozen years ago that I first became involved in journalism, working at a newspaper in Warren, Ohio. And I did that before law school, and it was really 2 years that were just supposed to be the time until I went to law school by a candidate who I worked for's wife, who said, "You don't want to work on a political campaign, come to the newspaper I used to work at." And I did that, and I didn't really realize the difference it would make until I started law school. And 2 years after I'd left the paper, I finished my first year of law school and I decided to start a blog. My first blog post, I think, sort of sums things up. What I wrote was, I have no idea how regularly this blog will be updated, or to be honest, what exactly this blog will evolve into, but I wanted to start one. Now is as good a time as any. If anyone has any comments, email me. And it's been an interesting journey since then. I worked for 4 years as an attorney after law school, and for 2 of those years I shut down my blog. And when I came back in 2009, I started Lawdor 2.0 and was blogging for 9 months before I moved back to DC. And when I moved back to DC, Sean Bugg and Randy Schulman gave me an opportunity to move my writing to another level. And I went to MetroWeekly, and I spent 2.5 years really being given the freedom to pursue the stories that I thought were needed. And that's really what I learned about what LGBT means and why it matters, is that all of the best journalism is about honesty and accountability. And there's really no group that has a better opportunity to really call for accountability than specialty media, because you have a very specific audience and you have the ability to push other journalists to do what needs to be done to hold people accountable. And I really enjoyed every moment of that. I enjoyed being able to tell stories that weren't being told elsewhere, to push stories. The biggest story that I wrote at MetroWeekly that was shared the most was the story about this spring's decision by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to recognize that discrimination against transgender people was covered by Title VII. And the reason why that became the biggest story that I wrote at MetroWeekly was that nobody else really covered it. And that's why LGBT media matters. That's why it still matters. And that's why it matters just as much now that I'm working at BuzzFeed as it did when I was at MetroWeekly, because as I wrote in that first post at my blog, now it's in my Twitter bio. That's the change of a dozen years. But if you have any comments, email me, because it is about accountability and it is about honesty, and that's true whether you are a first-year law student who's too arrogant for what he's writing, whether you are a journalist at LGBT media publication, whether you are Anderson Cooper. It is about honesty and accountability, and the privilege and honor of being recognized for the work that I did at MetroWeekly to advance that is humbly appreciated. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations.